Welcome to another edition of the Cougar Close Up here on Shaw TV. This week, I sit down with Prince George Cougars second-year general manager, Todd Harkins. Todd Harkins has experienced a lot over the course of his two-year tenure as the Cougars general manager, and we'll talk to Todd about the improvements that the team has made both on and off the ice in such a short time since he took over. All of that and much more still to come with the Prince George Cougars general manager, Todd Harkins. This is the Cougar Close Up on Shaw TV. With Prince George Cougars general manager Todd Harkins, who is nearly through his second full season as the decision maker for the Prince George Cougars as far as the hockey decisions are concerned. And Todd, what a season it's been up to this point for the Prince George Cougars. As we're having this conversation in early March, the Prince George Cougars are closing in on their second straight playoff berth, something that hasn't happened for this team since 2006 and 2007. What does that fact mean to you, that this team has seen the improvement even from one year to the next through your 2 years?
Well, there's a lot of changes from last year. Last year we hit the ground running, with the new organization and obviously my hiring as the general manager. We were getting things thrown at us right, left, and center, and we just kind of had to react. This year was a little bit different. We were able to do the scheduling with the league ourselves. We were able to create a yearly plan to know when we were leaving, when we were traveling, how we were eating, when we were resting, how we were practicing all year. So we had a little bit more of an idea of how to approach each week and each month as the season went on. And I think in the long run it's helped us gain some victories throughout the season and put ourselves in a good position here to get into the postseason.
Year one as a general manager in the Western Hockey League, Todd, I'm sure had its challenges, just familiarizing yourself with the day-to-day responsibilities that go along with a position like yours. But tell me just about year two. Are you a little more comfortable? Are you a little more confident? Has it been, quote, easier for you, year two?
Yeah, it's been a bit easier for sure. I think being comfortable in the position and understanding what's going to happen through the league, in the league office, and some of the detail that we have to go through from that side of the business. Also with our scouting staff and how we travel, how we look for players, the plan of moving forward of what our roster is going to look like this year, next year, and the year after. So we've done a lot of planning. So it has made our lives a little bit easier in the hockey operations side of things. Which I think also allows us to be more comfortable with how we take care of the boys on the ice and how we develop them, how we care for them, and make sure that they play their best when they do step on the ice for the 72-game season.
When you examine the 2015-16 season and all of the cool events that have taken place from an on-ice standpoint, the milestones and some of the victories that this team has experienced, are you able to pinpoint maybe one or two things, Todd, from the 2015-16 season that you are able to take an enormous amount of pride in, highlights, if you will?
Well, it started, with obviously making the playoffs last year at the end of the last season, and then, getting the 4 players drafted in the NHL, in June was pretty exciting for all of us, for not only those kids and their families, but for our organization. That hasn't happened in a long time, and so just the excitement when we talked to the kids after the draft and how excited they were, and then being able to pick up some pieces through trades, like a guy like Jesse Gabriel, who was also an NHL draft pick, and then you start the season with, you're always excited about your draft picks from the WHL, from the Bantam draft, and being comfortable with those guys stepping on the ice and seeing them in training camp and just seeing how good they were and how big they were. I think that was something that people noticed right off the bat of our 2000 draft picks, and then being able to get in the preseason and allowing our NHL players to go away to their training camps with the NHL teams and allowing our young guys the opportunity to play. That's something we weren't familiar with before either, because we never had players go away for a lot of training camps, or that many players.
The expectations for this team are growing by the year, and I just want to get a sense from you about what you want to see from this team down the stretch in the regular season and into the postseason.
Dan, we've tried to build our organization off the development of the player on and off the ice, and the byproduct of that is the winning that comes along with it. Our long schedule and our long travel sometimes allows these kids, to get fatigued at times. But again, we've been able to find ways to allow that fatigue to be shortened at times during the year and allow them to get back on the ice and play their best. Down the stretch here, we want to make the playoffs. It doesn't matter to me where we play, how we play. We just want to be able to go into the playoffs and play our best hockey. We're a big, strong team that skates really well. We can play a lot of different ways, so it doesn't matter to me who we play. And I think that's important getting in the playoffs. You never want a home ice advantage. You just want to play your best away or at home at all times. And in a 7-game series, sometimes home ice is an advantage, but I think with the size of team we have and the way we play, I don't think that's going to be too much of a factor. But we want to go deep in the playoffs, and we want to be able to win as much as we can so these great fans in Prince George, have something to cheer about.
Todd Harkins is the second-year general manager of the Prince George Cougars, and you look at the success both on and off the ice with the franchise, Todd. You've got your fingerprints all over this, and it's been great to see. Congratulations on all of the success up to this point, and I know I speak for many when I say that the best is yet to come. Thanks for doing this. Enjoy the stretch drive and enjoy the postseason in 2015-16 and beyond, Todd. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks for having me.